Three entrepreneurs, one podcast, zero chance we agree on everything. This is the Ron Table, where if business gets real, life gets messy. Yes, drop in, opinions fly, and yes, looping quotes are basically a second language. Business, life, occasional dumpster climbers. Pull up your seat and let's get into it.
All right, and hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another rousing episode of the Ron Table. I am joined, as always, this lovely Monday morning with my co-hosts, Nicole Gray and Laine Belcastro. See, we you like what I did there with your last name, yep. Lady Bell?
Yep. Yeah. Now everyone knows it's all one word.
All one word. All one word. Well, it sounds like we had to put a lot of thought into that this morning. And that brings us into our topic of thought leadership for today. Two words that used to mean something. And now, at least for me, half the time it feels like it's high school with hashtags, right? Or as Mean Girls put it, you can't sit with us unless you post a motivational quote with your headshot. So the real question today is, do you want actual insight into changes, or do you want actual insight into how, do you want actual insight? Wow, I am having a case of the Mondays right now. I need more coffee, man. That changes how you think. Or are you looking just for another high school homecoming election with a whiteboard and a Simon Sinek quote? So let's kind of kick it off there. Like, what does thought leadership really mean today?
I feel like there are so many variations of this because there's people who are actually thought leaders who are putting out valuable information. And then there's the influencers who think they are thought leaders, but they're only putting out like constant social posts that are just inspirational quotes, but they're not actually saying anything. They're just kind of making their algorithms better by putting out quotes. And, we all need motivation sometimes. I get it. But when that's all you're doing and calling yourself a thought leader because, maybe you're a coach or something and they think that their job is to motivate. But Nicole, you're a coach and I find the information you put out is very valuable. And so I think for me, there's two different avenues for that.
First of all, thank you for that, Laine. And you touched on something because I think today's thought leaders are like little sound bites. They're not really saying anything, but they're giving you like these little, it's like TikTok thought leadership, if you will. And that's not what people want.
Yes.
It's one thing to motivate, but I'm big on, sure, inspire motivation. Everybody wants that. But it's also transformation, and you got to be intentional with it. And that's where people got to talk about themselves. I think of today's thought leader, because I think back in the day, because like you were saying, Laine, we still have true thought leaders, but they talked about their lives. Like we could relate to it. You know what I mean? A thought leader or whatever. But he talked about your life, and he told stories, and it wasn't just a sound bite. It wasn't just like a 15-second thing and everybody's like, oh my God, that is so deep. No, that was not deep. They said like 6 words. And that's what people want. They want you to actually talk about yourselves. And it's not always good. Talk about the good, bad, and the ugly and break it down. That to me is thought leadership because now, again, not knocking influencers, but there's definitely a big difference between being true thought leaders and those who are quote unquote influencers. Because I'm always like, well, what exactly are you influencing? When I meet somebody, they say I'm an influencer. I'm like, well, who are you influencing? What are you influencing and how are you doing it? And then I get like this blank stare.
Yep. It reminds me, literally all that just popped in my head as you were saying that is the scene in Coming to America. Akeem is like trying to impress the girl and he's like, when you think of garbage, think of Akeem. I'm like, that's what a lot of these thought leaders, quote unquote, think they're doing or trying to be meaningful.
Or
really
another movie, it reminds me of Ghost when Demi Moore is saying, I really love you. And he goes, ditto. That's what today's thought leaders are doing.
Yes.
You're doing all the work and they go, Ditto. I know, bro. I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna need some more words, some
Yeah.
more motivation. I'm gonna need some extra.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a better analogy. I like that one better.
And like I'm trying not to laugh because Coming to America is one of my favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time. I think I know that word for word. I could probably like do a one man show like on the corner of New York City and spit the whole thing out. Anyways, so but like for
Not
me,
distracted.
like not everybody needs to be a thought leader, right? Like real thought leadership is like insight that reframes how you think or challenges or an assumption or sparks a reaction. You know, fake thought leadership, which is kind of what we're talking about and we see all over the place. It's just buzzwords on a Canva, background, right? And I think, for us as entrepreneurs and the services we offer, and for everybody else out there that does what we do or trying to do what we do in this incredibly insane market, it's tough to compete when thought leadership. I mean, if your leadership style needs to fit on a coffee mug, that's not leadership, that's merch. So are we being thought leaders or are we just trying to sell merch to get noticed?
Okay, so I have to say this, and Ryan, because you just brought up something that sparked something. I feel like we're insulting our audience. I think too many times people are out there saying, "Oh, people have shorter attention spans. They're scrolling. They don't want a lot." But I really don't think that. I think people do want a lot. It's just we've gotten so caught up on the algorithm, and that's the thing. The algorithm is not our audience. Once we can step away from that and really talk to people, everything else, word, motivational thing, just because the algorithm likes it. I want the people to like it. And I really do feel like people want more.
I think you're right. I think people really do want more. And we're, like you said, our attention span sucks. But because everyone is putting out just like little one-liners here and there, we're just scrolling because I think you're right. We're searching for those thought leaders. They're like hidden so deep and we can't find them because all of these influencers are just constantly putting out stuff. And so our meaningful stuff never gets broken through the algorithm because of the way the internet gods like to play things. But I think you're so right with that.
Yeah,
and
everything can't be a bite-sized TED Talk. It's like you get some people now, they're like, because it is, so that's why. And everybody's like, oh my God, that was so great. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? I don't need a fast food TED Talk. Like, what's going on? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think different things fit different platforms too. Like I'm not going to knock influencers. Listen, if you are savvy and creative enough that you can actually make a career and monetize yourself, because I mean, let's be honest, even as an influencer, yes, your little sound bites to get clicks, but the whole idea then people are clicking on the link in bio to see more in-depth things
Please
from
note,
you.
We are not slamming influencers. Hell, we're influencers in our field. Okay, we get that. But it's the, like you said, Ron, it's so dead on. Yeah. But when somebody clicks more, what is more? If all your more is always going to be bite-sized nuggets, well, then you're not doing anything. Yeah. You're not, you know what I mean? Again, you're cheating your audience, or you're insulting your audience.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Well, I mean, for the services like we provide as coaches, as consultants, as business owners for marketing, our view and vision of what we need to share isn't a 5-second soundbite, right? It's delivering information on business platforms that get you to engage and think differently, right? And actually have, a conversation about something, right? Half of LinkedIn looks like people cosplaying at this point as philosophers with ring lights, right?
Yeah.
And then we're trying to operate like in the Anchorman effect, 60% of the time it works every time, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think That's so good. I feel like we just broke out a whole other category because there's like the thought leaders, the influencers who are actually influencing selling an actual product, and then there's like just people on social media trying to be famous for being famous, like the Kardashian influencers who are, well, now they do stuff, but in the beginning they were just famous for nothing. And I think there's a whole set of people that are like, well, if I just put random garbage out there, people are going to see it and they're going to click on it and then they're going to realize it was just nothing. But influencers are actually at least doing something and there is something to click more on and see. It's just maybe more of like e-commerce kind of thing. But the thought leaders are trying to actually say something to have more of a relationship building conversation versus just a click more and that's it. If that makes any sense. Did I just ramble?
No,
Oh,
no, I don't think you rambled. I mean, at the end of the day, thought leadership matters when it drives trust, right? It sparks change, it adds value, and when it's all vanity metrics and like clout chatting, that's not thought leadership.
And Laine, I like
That's
the fact that
influencing.
you came up with that separate.
I think there's a big difference.
Category, because to me, it just reminds me again of going back because you brought it up. Another movie I love, Coming to America. Everybody can't be Randy Watson. Sexual chocolate. Throw down the mic. Okay, what else you got?
right.
Nicole, you gotta say it right, Nicole. Mr.
It was.
That was freakishly good.
I mean, we all do want the people in the audience to be like, that boy good. But come on. We need more than that.
Jonas was 118 years old.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
He said, "Oh, I thought you were somebody else."
Seriously.
Go all day on that movie.
Yeah.
It's like the little sister in that movie. She would be not a thought leader, not an influencer,
Yes.
but just the social media wannabe celebrity. She would.
Yes. Yep, she's the influencer. She was selling herself. She
So
wasn't
who's
the thought leader
so
selling an
let's
idea.
break down the movie.
Right.
Who's the thought leader in the movie?
So,
okay, that's what I thought. So
But
Hakeem
is the
leader.
thought
So who's
leader.
the influencer?
True.
yep.
The
Influencer would be Daryl.
The sister.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Daryl's an influencer.
Daryl,
The
because-
sister's an influencer.
the sister I don't think is an influencer because what's she selling?
But see, that's what we're
she's
talking
the-
about.
Herself.
That's it right
Exactly.
there. She's working the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
there's
working
that.
the
She's
algorithm.
working the algorithm.
Daryl
Daryl.
Has
He's
soul glow,
Yeah.
so he's got something.
See,
Yeah.
we could do this all day, folks.
Man, look at what
if
we
you have a movie in mind, just send it our way. We're gonna break it down for you. Okay, whatever the topic, we're gonna break that movie down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. Can relate any movie to
Before
anything.
we go too deep and we let our soul glow, let it shine through, we are gonna let's pose this back to the audience for once, right? Because I'd love, and I think we'd all love to hear from you. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for the thought leader or are you looking for the influencer? Because personally, I still think if your thought leadership ends with a discount code, congrats. You're an influencer
Now, see, I would
with
say
a
most
thesaurus.
people are gonna say it depends on the topic, right? Because I'd say for me as a coach, I do want to be considered more of a thought leader, but I'm also influencing. And Lainey had brought this, with just conversations we've had. We're all influencers. But on the same token, I want to take it to the next level, and I want to be intentional about being a thought leader.
Yeah.
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 Well, and you guys also post way more than I do. I suck at it. So you guys are at least doing it the right way. I think I'm more into like the commenting side. I'm like, oh, you're posting something that I have something to say about. So I guess I am looking for thought leaders
Yeah.
/ influencers.
But with you, but with also being good at posting like you are, because all your posts are always so good and funny. That's influencing. Because seriously, because I mean,
Yeah.
that's how people. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have to remember too. People
They're very
look
well
at your
timed.
posts when you come up on their thing and they see you posted, they immediately click there. So that's huge. Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's true. And I have noticed a lot more people relating their or I guess using
Mm-hmm.
more memes and GIFs in their posts on LinkedIn ever since I started to do
Yeah.
that. I'm like, maybe that's for
Now
me.
I have to give
Clearly,
Ron some
that's
credit for
all
that.
about
He
me.
was doing that before everybody else started doing that. Yeah. No, seriously,
Yeah,
Ron,
Ron,
you've
you've
always been
always been
good
good with that.
with that. Your
You
wit
have.
on
Hmm.
just not even just like with
Hmm.
messages whatever, but just the stuff that you post is so good. You don't give yourself enough credit. Because of course we like it. We all have
Yeah.
the same sense of humor, so that
Yeah.
helps. So
Yeah. Yeah. But I think
I would
it's
give myself more credit if I got more than like 6 people to actually
yeah,
do something with it, right?
so-
Like I can't find
yeah. But
the
hey, you're
engagement
Kevin Costner
formula.
in Field
I
of
just can't.
Dreams. If you build it, they will come. I believe that, Ron.
it's a
We
slow
gotta
and
get you. We gotta
steady
find you a
wins the
James Earl
race kind
Jones,
of
but
game.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
At some point, my Forrest Gump leg braces need to come flying off as I run down the street. So,
Oh.
Hey,
So this
you're
is
doing it.
okay. So I challenge the listeners. How many movies did we bring up today? So I'm just saying, if you can actually
I
tell us how many
know.
movies you brought up today, you are the bomb.com. So, yeah.
Yeah, we brought up a lot.
I
And not one
know.
was a Jason
I
Bateman
know.
movie. Damn it.
So, next time.
Next time.
all right. Well, let's tie this episode up with our For the Wins and WTF. So, Lainey, why don't you go first today?
Oh, okay. My for the win is that it's October and it's Halloween month, and that's my all-time favorite holiday. Outside of
Yeah,
it being like our birthday months, Nicole. So Nicole's birthday, mine's in a couple of
I know.
weeks.
I
October's
know.
a great month. So that's my for the win. I accidentally went into Spirit Halloween over the weekend, so that was dangerous. Didn't mean to go at all, but I may have come out with a lot of Jurassic Park stuff. There's another movie. Oh, and my WTF is I'm not a Swiftie at all. I think I might be one of the only people on earth that's not a Swiftie. I don't give a crap about her new album, but I really am annoyed with people telling me that I have to be a Swiftie and go see whatever movie she's doing. I don't even know. But I get so much crap for not being a Swiftie, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't jump off a bridge when everyone else is
Amen. And I'm
jumping off a
also on
bridge.
that
I
list. So,
just can't.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
See?
All right,
That's
well,
how
I'm
I
going to
feel.
jump in. My for the
Yep.
win birthday weekend, again, like Lainey was saying, October Libras, we are the best. Oh, and you know what else? A little tidbit. 9 months earlier, most people, October is one of the most popular months to be born because 9 months earlier was New Year's Eve. So people were, bringing in the new year. That's all I'm saying.
My God. That's so
So,
true.
it's that, hey, I
Gross.
useless trivia right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, yeah, great birthday weekend. Love it, love it, love it. My WTF, another big story that happened this weekend, Mark Sanchez. At 1 minute, I was like, oh my God. And then the next minute, I was like, oh my God. So he got into it with a 69-year-old, some fighting going on. The 69-year-old said, not today. That old man strength. He pulled out that knife. Ching, ching, ching. So not only did Mark Sanchez get stabbed, he got arrested. So yeah, that's me telling you the news. If you've not heard of it, that's the Cliff Note version. But yeah,
Yep. Yep.
thank you.
I like your sound effects too.
That's what it sounds like when you get stabbed.
Yep. Just like that.
All right, Ron.
I knew it.
Sorry.
It is Monday morning, guys.
I'll have more news later for you on later on today.
You need it to like Kendrick Lamar that be like, what? So my for the win. I'm gonna ride this win as far as I can because it's not gonna be long. But the Yankees are playing in October. They won their first round series. They're not doing so good right now against the Blue Jays. Could be the end, but at least we're there, and maybe the Aaron Boone
Me and
era will
Lainey
be
are like,
over,
at
and
least
that
your
will
team
be
is still
the
playing.
biggest for the
Okay.
win. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's my WTF. I'm gonna get personal here. I'm gonna make an ass out of myself because this is too funny not to share. So I WTF myself last week. The dog had an accident on the bed, so I had to wash the comforter, right, and the top blanket because I got it really quick. No big deal, right? Every day things that happen, do the wash. So now I got the big comforter and the blanket, and I'm taking it out of the wash, right? And I'm thinking about something, and I'm not paying attention. It was a little cold that day, so I put a hoodie on, zip up hoodie, and I grab everything together. So I got this big ball of like blankets and comforters, and I go over and I open the dryer door. And as I go to push it into the dryer, I hadn't realized that the strings from my hood got tied up in one leg. So I'm pushing it in, and my hood is coming this way every time I go. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh my god!
Just strangling yourself.
Oh, I'm tired
So
of
this
here,
is
and
a
I'm like
Jim Carrey
strangling
movie
myself
now
from
because
behind.
you're killing
And it
yourself.
took,
Yeah.
yes, literally took me like 10 seconds to realize that the strings. In the meantime, they're like pulling and twisting, and my hood is like here, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
This is
Yes.
this is very
What are you doing?
liar
I'm beating
when
my
he beats
ass.
himself up in the bathroom.
So
Oh my
that
God.
I don't know. I was having one of those days, and it happened. I'm like, well, here's my WTF. So
Yeah.
You know, that's a good one because I think we've all
No, we
kind
have
of
not,
done
Lainey, but you're
some
being
form of
sweet.
that.
But
it was a day for me where I had two
Ron,
WTFs within a 30-minute
good.
period. So
That's good.
I got another good one, but
Oh
yeah.
my
So
God,
that
that
was
is
my
classic.
WTF. So all right. So let's tie this up. So here's the reality, folks. Right, real thought leaders, they change the way you think. Right. Fake thought leaders is just leadership that changes how many likes somebody has, right? And the absurd part is we keep treating every form of thought leadership the same way. At the end of the day, you've got to ask yourself, do you want someone who leads thoughts or someone who wins the popularity contest, right? And again, I'd love to hear your comments. Drop them in, send us an email, hit us a like or a share, and get back to us because we'd love to have a mailbag and answer and hear these questions and interact with you all. So let's close it out. So Laine and Nicole, thank you again for joining up at the table and your insights. And until next time, folks, keep it classy, San Diego.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of The Ron Table. Thanks for pulling up your chair, lending us your ear, and not touching our drum. Interested in more chaos and common sense and conversations? Well, make sure that you hit that like button or the follow button. Or drop us a question or a comment in the comment section below. Want to follow us on social media? You can check out more under the resources tab at www.elevate-talent-solutions.com. Or you can visit Nicole Gray at renewedimpact.com. Hit up Laine Belcastro at lmbdigimarketing.com. And a big shout out to our producer and co-host, Adrian Ruffhart at acrventures.com. Until next time, keep that chair warm. Not done yet.